Mr. Chair, you are now live.
Thank you very much. The Board of Port Wardens will come to order on Tuesday, July the 26th at 7:01 p.m. I'm Gene Godley, the chair. Willie Sampson, the vice chair, is not with us tonight, but we have Scott Anderson, Robert Shapiro, and Harold Siegel, all members. And in addition, we have Kimberly, the recording secretary, Carrie Berger, and Kevin Scott, senior planner, and our guidance in all things. You have before you the agenda. So if there are no concerns, can I have a motion to approve the agenda? Been moved, and I second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. We'll proceed with the agenda. First of all, we have the minutes from June the 28th, which I have reviewed and I have no concerns about. Does anyone have any concerns? If not, can I have a motion that they be adopted?
A motion they be adopted.
I'll second that.
Harold moves, Scott seconds. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
So the minutes are approved. We have two findings of fact, and both of them revolve around Spa Drive. And let's take them separately since the votes were different. The first is 32R Spa Drive. I'm sorry, 139 Spa Drive, application 004. Do I have any concerns about the findings of fact? If not, can I have a motion that we approve them?
I'm going to refrain because I wasn't present.
That I
Yes.
understand, Robert. Thank you.
I did watch the videos, just for the record.
I'm tempted to ask how it was rated, but let's proceed. All in favor of those findings of fact, please say aye. Aye. They're adopted 3-0. The next is application 005, the Inslee application. Have a motion that it be approved. Scott moves. I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Again, 3-0. Those are approved. The last item is the remand of findings, which we informed that on appeal, the court has remanded the 310 3rd Street findings to amend our written findings to include how we reach our determination of grandfathering provision. I propose to the board that as soon as we review and have the order, I will do a draft of amended findings, circulate to the board, and then we will have a meeting to discuss it and or approve it. Any concerns about that or any additions? If not, we will proceed that way unanimously. There's no old business before us tonight. We have two applications, and the first one is Terrence Smith at Horn Point Drive. And Brigitte, you can let everyone in that is going to speak on that application, which I know Terrence Smith, John Flood, and Bill Perry are the three that I have listed for that application.
I just sent John Flood through.
Okay. Mr. Flood, your sound is off and I don't see your.
I just unmuted. And this is my first Zoom Port Wardens meeting.
Well, prepare to be very excited, John.
So I'm ready when you are.
Okay, and you haven't appeared before us in some time now, so welcome back.
Thank you. Actually, this is an old project. I'm pretty well retired now. I help a few community associations, and I've rejoined the board of the Arundel Rivers Federation, which originally was the South River Federation. I was the first president. So I'm back on board. Even though I'm emeritus, I'm an active board member there, and that's where I spend a good bit of my time. Horn Point has been a long-term project for me because there are multiple owners there who have finally joined together and committed to living shoreline from and through the reach from the city, I guess, park there to Horn Point condominium. Everyone has over time done living shorelines. Mr. Pettit did one, Mr. Rathman did one, and then he bought another property and did one there. And I've been working with Mr. Smith from the very beginning when we did the first one there for his property. And everything that evolved grew from that, and a concept plan that I did at that time showing how everybody could join together to do this. And we're at a point now where the next door neighbor finally armored the flank wall that protects the north end of Mr. Smith's property. Mr. Rathman did his project. I don't think it's completed, but it's adequate now to stop the waves from scouring the sand out of a very severe bulkheaded corner that exists there. And so now that has built up, and with the sand fill that they put in, it stays there because it's contained by Mr. Rathman's shoreline. Now Mr. Smith's shoreline is not eroding away anymore under that common boundary wall. And so his shoreline is stabilizing, but he needs to replenish sand that he lost. And this is an opportunity to elevate his structure so that he can accommodate the sea level rise that we're experiencing. We also had scour along the edge of the other edge of the property with the condominium. They have drains that come out of their wall, and we realized that the runoff from those drains was causing a lot of the displacement of the upper marsh that should protect that shoreline. So this plan provides an underlayment of rock that will give the plants something to anchor themselves into and root into. These plants spread rhizomes underground, a whole vine system, and they'll enmesh the rock, and that'll help it to hold when the runoff comes pouring out of those drains, which it does occasionally. And with the plants without anything to hold on to, they get washed out. But this underlayment of stone, which is something we do routinely, provides a firm underlayment that the roots can wrap into. So this is really a replenishment and an elevation of the existing structures. There's a slight increase in the footprint of the structures because in order to elevate, you have to widen the base. We kept it to a very minimum, and we're keeping the sand fill to a minimum, and everything is being planted in native wetland plants.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I remember these living shorelines from way back when the, I guess St. John's College was doing one. And I appreciate your explanation and the drawings. Any questions from our fellow port wardens? We used to have many more of these living shoreline applications than we have recently. And Mr. Flood has worked on them extensively, as I recall. So any other questions I have? And is there anyone else that I see a hand up, I think.
Hi, Gene.
Yeah.
Kevin Scott. Just wanted to, for the record, there was no public comments received and no one signed up to speak.
Thank you. Thank you very much. What is that? Oh, that's my hand that I actually had up. If there's no questions and no further comments, do we have a motion on this application?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Scott moves, Harold seconds. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Mr. Flood, thank you. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, and maybe we'll cross paths again in the future.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next
bye-bye.
application is 605A Creek Avenue, Mr. William Chapman. And I see that Mr. Milky is a consultant, and well, if you'll let everyone in, that's going to speak on this application. And while we're paused, I'd like to welcome Alderman Ross Arnett, who is with us as usual, and we appreciate that.
Ross,
So, Chris, are you going to present this?
Yep, I am presenting on behalf of Scott.
Can I, something exactly to do with Mr. Flood, but will you and I don't know if Mr. Chapman's going to speak, anyone that's going to speak on this application, raise your right hand and swear to tell the truth to the port wardens to the best of your ability upon penalty of perjury.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So why don't you explain this very complicated application?
The client proposes to install a boat lift using 2 existing mooring piles. The boat lift is a 15 by 15 foot boat lift, and the maximum channelward extent is 70 feet.
I have no questions. Any questions from fellow port wardens? I see personally, I see no problems. I see no concern with navigation, no concern with environment, no concern with the lateral lines. And with that, is there any comment from the public, or Kevin, would you like to say
Gene,
something?
just for the record, there was no public comments and no one signed up to testify.
I'd like to say in the case of both of these cases, the report from the Department of Planning and Zoning will be included in the record. And with that, do I have a motion on this application? Mr. Shapiro moves and
second.
Harold seconds. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
You are approved and we appreciate it. With that, do I have any other comments from anyone? Carrie, anything we're missing, or Kevin? If not, I declare the meeting adjourned. Thank you very much. Oh, and Kevin, is there a meeting in August?